I just bought my first ever PlayStation. This is a PS4 Pro, supposedly. I know very, very little about PlayStations. I haven't even played a PS4 once. And I literally just Googled where the power button is. Because the controllers are here. Well, I think they are just low on battery. But anyway, this one is supposedly a PS4 Pro. I say it's supposedly because I have really no idea. I'm not into consoles at all, but I want to get into them because they sell pretty well. I don't know how well you can repair those, but this one has a dead hard drive from the seller at least, and so that's why it just stuck on the PlayStation logo basically. At least he described me this. I haven't tested it yet. I have plugged it in to my monitor here because I'm not in my workshop right now. It's all a little inconvenient, but I just want to see. Maybe just the OS is screwed up or whatever. It's not in best in conditions. It's a little dirty, but nothing that won't clean up. It's missing this door here. Also not a big deal. So tonight I only want to see if it does anything, if I can maybe restore it or anything, and if the hard drive really has an issue, which very well could be, then I'll just take it to the workshop, swap out the drive, and see. Yeah, let's power it on. Here's the power button, and let's listen to the hard drive. Now, it does not click or make any deft sounds. It sounds like a regular hard drive, but of course that doesn't mean anything. Let's see if we get a signal here on the monitor. There you go. That's all it displays. He described to me. Here we have connect USB cable and press the PlayStation button. Okay, I pressed it. Now what? Maybe it's so low on battery, it needs a minute. So we got a couple of options here. We either have restart, change resolution, update system software, which sounds good, and I can't move. We'll just click here. What do I need to press? X. Enter, yes. This thing's loud. Oh my god. I mean, I know, I have no idea about those things, but that is definitely not right. It needs a LAN cable, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go the USB way. It's pretty simple, supposedly. You create a USB drive, you follow this, put this file on it, and then it should work. So I remember I did this once, I think with a PS3 years ago, but I don't know. It was so long ago, I can't remember. If there's something wrong here, I don't think the update will really work. I don't know. We'll just try it. If it doesn't work, I'll try here this number 7 and reinstall the software. But yeah, now I have the latest software for it. I think I made a simple mistake. I did not create this update folder here. So let's see if that did it. And this thing, oh my god, it's really loud. Okay. It is doing stuff. It's doing things. I don't even have a single PS4 game. I mean, why should I? I don't even have a console. So even if I get it working, I can't even test it properly. I'll just probably throw a Blu-ray in there or something. But first we need to get it running. So while this is blasting here like a jet engine, I figured out the difference. The PS4 cannot do 4K and the PS4 Pro can do it. So yeah, it's actually quite an upgrade, I guess. This is what the Pro looks like, and it looks very similar to the machine I have. So good, he didn't scam me. Because he could have, but he was a nice guy. Actually gave me this controller in there for free. And so, I wasn't complaining. Okay, unfortunately, I don't think we did it. The device just turned off after the black screen, and that was it. I'll turn it on again, but I don't think it will just load into the OS just like that. That would have been too nice. I was just Googling some issues here. Could be that the hard drive beat the bullet, who knows. Okay, we're back at the airport now. I am now gonna try to completely reinstall. What I did is only an update. So I'm gonna try the same thing again with the update file, just this time it's reinstalling. I don't know if it does anything, guys. We'll see. I am currently downloading the reinstallation file. There are apparently two files, either update or reinstallation file. Previously, I tried the update file, which didn't do anything. And now this update file, which, yeah, it's called the same, but that's like the whole operating system. And it's a gigabyte, so it's a little bigger. So we'll see. Maybe that works. I'll have to, I think I'll have to remove this one here, that it doesn't get confused. We'll try that. Everything will be deleted, oh no. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Okay, scary reboot now. System software update. Okay, now it's really installing, alright. It has rebooted. Let's see what happens, guys. And it turned off again. Oh, it's still updating. Alright, so that was like step one. We're back at the PlayStation logo. And we got Sony this time. Okay, guys. Ha ha ha! This thing is probably just fine. We did have that previously. And you know what's kind of cool? This is a 4K monitor, so this is now a 4K signal, and I can see it's really definitely very crisp. So what do we do now? I've never set up one of these. It's the German here. So I got a feeling that just the operating system was corrupted and nothing more really. I still think that this loud fan noise is caused by some crap, some gunk in it, which I really have to look into. But this looking actually pretty good. I mean, we got it working. There you go. That's the proof. It does work. Is it stable or not? That is the question. Does this have like some sort of self-test program or just some diagnostic like software I can run or so? I don't know, guys. But what I'll do, I'll head downstairs, grab a Blu-ray, put it in there, and cross fingers that the drive works, because that's also known, you know, it's a drive, these things can jam or just not work at all. So that's the next thing I'll test. So I got only here the Revenant that I'll have to do. Now also this monitor doesn't have any kind of speakers, so I can't really test the sound, but I'll run it through a thorough test back in the workshop anyway. But it's taking it. Yep. Ah, typical Sony. In order to do Blu-rays, you have to activate something. Yeah, thanks Sony a lot. Thanks a lot, but it gives me hope that the drive just works fine. So I'm currently charging up this one controller, which is dead, with normal power supply. I mean, it's even a Sony power supply, look at that. And see if it comes back. I suppose it's only like completely dead. I mean, what else can there break on these? I don't know. So removing this top cover is super easy. You just literally pop it off and that's it. And the fan here, it really doesn't look all too dirty. I mean, there is dirt in there, but it really isn't all that bad. So I think I'll have to disassemble this thing further. So I'm back at my workshop now, and I took the bottom cover off, and I'm starting to see some debris and some just, dust and all that. So I suppose inside this guy, we're gonna have a lot of dust, especially where the heatsink is. And unfortunately, you have to take apart the whole machine just to get to the heatsink. I don't know. why that is. It just is this way. But you know what? It should be worth it, I guess. This thing is way too loud. It cannot cool efficiently anymore, and obviously that's something you don't want. So I'll unscrew all of those screws and see where we end up. Maybe we don't even have to take it apart further, but from the tutorial I looked at, it unfortunately looks like it. I removed now the power supply, which came out relatively easy, just 2 screws, and that gave me a bit of a view on the heatsink, and kind of unfortunately it looks rather clean, as you see. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's a little dusty and all that, but not really the end of the world. Got the board out. This thermal paste, while it is not crusty, I don't know, doesn't look like enough to me. I'll replace it in any case. And I saw more debris, so maybe really we have the stuff lurking in there. I don't know if I'll have to disassemble further, but look at the amount of screws. Oh my god. So many damn screws. But yeah, we're almost done here. I mean, there's nothing left, almost, just the heatsink really. So yeah, but replacing a board on those, pretty simple, honestly. Expected it to be much harder. So not a bad job, Sony. I really didn't expect that I'm gonna say that, but this is not that bad constructed. All the screws are nicely accessible. Everything's kind of logically laid out. I like it so far. So I don't know if the same is to say on the Xboxes. I have no idea. Maybe also get into those. So yeah, I'll have to just look into how I'll continue now. 2 more screws and this thing came out. Now remember when I said, oh, the heatsink doesn't look too bad? Wow, I was amazed this thing still got any air at all. Look how this is like a caked on layer of just dust and crap. So, oh my god. Now we know why it ran hot. It really, no surprise there. So, good. I will now clean this out nicely. The fan is actually not too bad, but this, oh my god. I'll clean it off, apply new thermal paste, and then put it back together and see if it is more quiet. I can definitely imagine so, because look at this. Any more words needed? Okay, the cooler is finally gonna cool again. So this heatsink, it was very caked, as you saw, in dust and debris. Now it works again. Oh my god, you don't believe how much I managed to scrape out of it. I used a toothbrush to get in those fins there, and yeah, now it's all clean and shiny. Now I could go, you know, into super deep level cleaning and like clean out everything here, but just all the time I have spare for this at the moment, and this should definitely fix it. And of course the thermal paste will be applied, and then this thing can go back together and will be a lot more quiet. And as you see there, maybe this stuff is like all from a smoker household. This is typical. I see that in computers a lot as well. When there's smoke next to the machine, it sucks in all the nicotine crap, and yeah, this is what it is basically. This is as good as I will do it now. Of course, again, I could go in there with like a Q-tip and go to Hugh Jeffrey's level of cleaning, but yeah, guys, it's fine. This is gonna work for years to come if it doesn't fail. If it worked so long with this layer of crap on it, then that should be absolutely fine. Okay, the thing is reassembled. It looks somewhat presentable now, even I still need to clean it off, you know, clean those little things off, but I just want to see if this thing still works. All right, let's plug it into the TV and see if it shows a picture. Okay, you ready for the moment? TV is ready. Let's see if this thing fires up. PlayStation logo. There's one controller not working. Okay, that's looking good. And we have sound. Very good. Yeah, we did it, guys. We did it. It has sound. It is super quiet now because it doesn't need to breathe for air desperately. This controller works. The sound also works. I'm gonna let it run now a little bit. You know, just seeing if it crashes or anything, because I need to do some other work in the meantime. And after that, I'll have a look at the controllers, because while this controller works just fine, this one refuses to take a charge. It just doesn't do anything. So what I'll try, since I have two, I'll swap the batteries between those two and see if it is the battery. If it is the battery, might look into buying a new battery. I don't know, let's see how much they cost. But if it is not the battery, then it is the charging port. Last mission, getting controllers open, swapping batteries, and see if I can get the one to work which doesn't charge. So and good, I forgot which one it is. Oh, it's this one, I suppose. Wait a minute. Yeah, I was just screwing out this one. It's giving me a bit of a hard time, and I was just looking at it. Is this screw like rusted? What happened to this controller? Was it underwater at one point? That would explain why it doesn't work anymore. Also, those look kind of disgusting. I don't know, man. I hope I can get this out. If it doesn't come out, I'll just use tweezers. It's not far out enough, but not looking good. Okay, hair inside the controller. Great, yummy. Here is the battery. As you see, it's a replaceable battery, so not even hard to do. You just undo this and that's it, really. Well, crap. Those aren't the same controllers. This one was also a lot harder to open up than this. I suppose like this is like a replica or like some aftermarket and this is the real thing. Or I don't know, but there is a difference in the plugs. So this has a plug which is a little bit bigger than that one. And that means, yeah, we cannot swap the batteries, which is a shame. So even though they look the same, they are different, of course. So yeah, anyway, now I know that. I'll just leave that alone, not get a battery. And I'll have one good controller,